What's up creators, Anthony here, and you are watching the $200 or less budget tier for camera gear. This one is super simple, which is awesome because it means less worrying about gear and more focusing on practicing with your gear. So to start, use your cell phone. Odds are your cell phone shoots video that is way better than you think. The key here is you have to unlock your phone's ability to shoot great video. Basically, what I mean by that is getting your camera out of auto mode and accessing all the same settings you can control on a DSLR or cinema camera. So to do that, we use an app called Filmic Pro, which will run you about $15 on Apple and Android devices. Now that you have your primary camera set up, to really start blowing people away with your content, you're going to need a light. And it doesn't have to be an expensive one by any means. Personally, an inexpensive light I own is the Yongnuo YN300, which costs $68 and will perfectly complement your videos. Remember, at the end of the day, all the camera does is interpret light and output images based on how that light is interpreted. So don't overlook lights. In a lot of cases, they make way more of a difference than the camera itself does. So now we've covered the camera, we've covered the lighting, and now we have to cover the audio. Especially with commercial content, audio is key. Terrible audio that requires subtitles is so distracting and will flat out annoy your viewers. So we need to make sure we have a great solution that can affordably capture great audio. To do this, my suggestion would be the Rode SmartLav Plus, which will run you about $61 on Amazon and actually plugs directly into your phone, so you don't need to purchase a physical recording device just yet. Depending on what type of phone you use, like an iPhone for instance that doesn't have a traditional headphone jack, you might need to get an adapter so you can plug it in. Now that's basically it. You're covering the three major categories here. You have the camera, you have adequate lighting, and you can adequately record good audio. You may have noticed the total so far is only about $140, so we still have money left over. I would allocate the remaining funds to purchase some form of stabilization. What do I mean by this? I mean get something that will help you capture footage that's smooth and steady. You can film handheld and get awesome shots, but you always want to have something to help you get stable shots for when you need it. I would recommend investing the remaining budget into an inexpensive tripod like this one. These work great for interviews and really so many other situations. You can pretty much bet that every commercial filmmaker in the entire world has at least one tripod in their tool set. Now that's literally everything. You can film some amazing content on this extremely inexpensive setup. And if you don't believe me, I'm gonna prove it to you right now. You might have seen this commercial before, but it's a Verizon commercial for the iPhone, and it might be one of the most epic commercials I've ever seen. Now granted, they definitely had a few pieces of equipment that we don't have access to just yet, but they literally used an iPhone to record every single shot. If that doesn't inspire you, I don't know what will. It goes to show that when you know the fundamentals of how to film, it doesn't matter what you're filming on. You can still film amazing content. That's it for this module. I'll see you in the next video.